Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Barbie's Football Banter Factory. I'm just going to do a quick review of the Champions League and then get straight to the preview. Well, actually, before that, let's talk about something that happened overnight. Barcelona, let me turn on the air conditioner. Yeah, Barcelona have moved on, or their president, Bartomeu, has resigned, and the entire board has resigned with him. It has been coming. They were not going to last. Either way, they were going to step down in March and they were going to have an election. But this saves Barca 4 or 5 months. The perspective of Barca is, or their fans is, okay, at least he can't do any more damage. He's left. We have time to prepare for a new regime, a new revolution. I don't know who the new president will be, but the person who's favored has plans for Xavi to be their manager and a new revolution of Barca to start by March. So Ronald Koeman beyond this season will not be the manager. It will be Xavi Hernandez, unless there's a surprise in the election. And you would expect Messi to consider resigning because it's a victory for him and Piqué. Certainly, they wanted them. No matter what happens with Messi, whether he leaves, whether he stays, he wanted his legacy to be the man who made Bartomeu step down, because Bartomeu is viewed as an enemy in Barcelona. And for reasons, footballing reasons, because he has not been good in terms of making footballing decisions. And although some of the stuff that's happening on the pitch is not entirely up to him, but the president has a role to play in terms of recruiting players. And you have to be honest, like, he has not done a good job. With the amount of money he's had, probably a lot of teams with that kind of money would be challenging for the Champions League. Oh, for sure. Especially with Messi, the greatest player ever, potentially. So, not potentially, he's probably is really. Like, Pele and Cristiano are the closest, and they're amazing too, but I think probably Messi, he probably edges it. But in terms of where this leaves Barca, I don't know honestly. We'll see what Xavi does, whether he has a Pep-esque impact on the club. But what it does, it gives Messi a completely new perspective. He was going to leave. He was ready to leave. He didn't look motivated for a while. Now he might look hungrier. Now he might look like he actually cares. And now he might look like he's trying. You know, he might actually try and he might stay. Let me know what you guys think about the whole Barca situation. I think, I honestly think that Barcelona, a proper rebuild has been coming for a while, and it's going to take a bit of time. Even if Xavi's here, they're going to have to be patient with him. With regards to Bartomeu, he dropped a bombshell. Now, this is the bombshell I want to talk about. He talked about the European Super League. Now, there have been talks about the European Super League just a few days prior, with Liverpool and Manchester United apparently proposing this idea, along with Chelsea as well. I don't know what to think about this, because this is I don't like the European Super League. I'll be honest, because it might work in the short term. See, European Super League, 18 big teams, the biggest teams in the world. It's going to be like the NBA or the NFL. There's going to be 18 huge teams going around different places in the world, probably playing all kinds of games for a premium price. Let's say they go to Las Vegas and there's a competitive game between Chelsea and Man U there. It sells out for sure. But the glamour, the equity that these teams have built up over the years, this splendor, this glamour may last 4 or 5 years, because if they keep facing each other, like, it's the same thing again and again, the spark goes out. There's no spark in seeing the same thing again and again, you know. And in wrestling, for example, like, even though The Rock and Stone Cold were together in the same time, you didn't see them facing week in, week out. It was more a WrestleMania, because that's the big one. Because that sells out. You build up the whole year towards that moment. And once that moment comes, that's why those magical matches happen. It's not because of just who they are. There's a lot of building up. There's a lot of things that go behind making those great matches happen. And there's a process. And that process is, you don't expose your two biggest stars or your biggest assets all the time against each other whenever you can. You don't do that. You keep them away from each other as much as you can and expose them when the time is right, when it's right to do so that the fans can come together and be like, whoa, look at that, that's awesome. But when Chelsea and Man United are facing each other every week, it's not gonna be fun. It's gonna be the same thing again and again and again. And who the hell wants to see Ole park the bus even more. I don't even like watching Chelsea these days. So it's like I don't like the idea and the unpredictability of not having a super league, like a team like Atalanta, a team like Ajax a few seasons ago. These teams coming to the Champions League, causing surprise. Leipzig last season. Everybody likes that. Everybody likes to see an underdog, a team that is not fancied by other teams, a team that is considered a minnow, come and surprise the big teams. Stars are made from these teams that then go on to the bigger teams for big money. These teams get a lot of money from creating these stars or being in the later stages of these competitions of Champions League and etc. Or being or having a surprise run in the league like Atalanta did last year. These things are exciting. These things are what excites fans. The underdog mentality, the unpredictability, the uncertainty. This whole thing about sports is being able to dream. You need to be a dreamer. You have to be able to dream, reach for the sky, no matter who you are, whether it's Newcastle United, whether it's Chelsea, whether it's whoever owns the club. The dream of knowing that there could be an owner one day comes in, pumps money, and then suddenly my team that was fighting relegation is now winning the league. And that can happen. That's the magic of football. If you have a European Super League, it's the same teams again and again, and it's not a good idea long term. Let me know what you guys think about the European Super League. I am certainly not a fan. I hope that you guys are on the same boat. If you're not, let me know why. With regards to what happened tonight in the Champions League, well, both the English teams did well. They won. The top two of England, Liverpool and Manchester City, got the result 2-0. For Liverpool, a grind out at home. They'll be happy with that. Clean sheet without Van Dijk. Not a great performance, but they got the result. Man City 3-0 away from home, doing what they do. Who did they face? I believe they faced... I don't know. I believe I'm actually checking who they faced. Marseille. That's a big win. Marseille are not a bad team. Andres Villas-Boas is the manager there. And they 3-0 comfortable away from home against Marseille. Maybe it would have been different if Marseille had fans inside, because these kind of Marseille is an awesome place in terms of when the fans are there, red hot fans. But no fans. Man City get an easy win. Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid, on the other hand, they're struggling. Real Madrid 2 points on the board. Again, they have to come back from the dead. They were 2-0 down and they had to bring on Eden Hazard and Modric to change the game. In the end, they salvaged the draw. But Zidane has to get his act together. No matter how much success you've had, and Zidane has been a very successful manager. A lot of people don't rate him for whatever reason, but I do. I think he's a fantastic manager. And I think whatever equity he's built up is Real Madrid. It's a bit like Chelsea, but even on a higher level, on a more... the microscope is big, they're zooming in on you faster, and you are always being looked at in terms of, if things are not right, I'm already on the phone to another manager. These clubs have high demands for results, and Zidane has to work this out, man. He has to be concerned now that results are not coming as much as he would like. And it's not just Sergio Ramos. Sergio Ramos played this game. It's a whole host of things. It's a younger team, like I said, but he needs to find a balance now. He needs to, in my opinion, get Hazard in the team somehow and get him to play. And get him even 75% to his best level. That would be enough for Real Madrid to get some kind of consistency in their performance. They haven't been consistent at all. And Atletico Madrid, they've spent a lot of money to keep producing very bad performances. They get away with it because they're sort of the people's team. They're a true definition of the underdog. But they have spent a lot of money. They've sold a lot of players, yes. But look at this squad. That squad is good enough to compete for the Champions League and La Liga. Man for man, individually speaking, talent-wise. There's no need for this team to play like underdogs and park the bus all the time. I understand for a game or two. And this is the problem. Simeone has always parked the bus. He's built his reputation playing this compact, defensive, counter-attacking brand of football. And the problem is, when you play this brand of football, you can't just flip the switch and be like, I want to play attacking football. There needs to be a balance. That's why, for me, Carlo Ancelotti was always my favorite manager, because he had that balance. Okay, he doesn't say defense is my main priority, but he doesn't say I'm going to go out and just go full, all guns blazing and just forget about defense. He has that balance. And but that balance is very important. And right now, right now, Atletico Madrid, don't have that balance. They're too defensive. Simeone has to work things out, man. And like I said, I think a mutual agreement between Simeone and Atletico Madrid to part ways will be a good thing. But Simeone is the highest paid manager in the world. That will not be cheap. So they're stuck with him whether they like it or not. And it sounds very harsh with what he's done. He's won the league there. He's been to Champions League finals. He's won the Europa League. He's won Copa del Rey's. He's been in the top 4 in La Liga for a consistent amount of time. However, to take it to the next level, which is Atletico Madrid have to look at their team and be like, this is our chance. Madrid are suffering. Barcelona are going through a crisis. It's time to cash in on this moment and win the league. We have the squad, arguably better than both Madrid and Real Madrid. Arguably, it's debatable for sure. They have enough talent in the team to be doing better. That's for sure. The other results that happened: Atlanta to Ajax. To Atlanta defending worse than Chelsea, man. They've been awful defensively. We know they can defend. They're a bit like us. They're a helter-skelter team. They're a YOLO team, and they're a Walla team. But they again concede 2 goals to Ajax, a good team like Ajax. And then, to be fair, they did show a bit of grit, a bit of character. 2 minutes, 2 goals by Zapata to equalize and get a point from this game. But again, they're conceding too many goals right now. Gasperini has to figure things out. Porto 2, Olympiacos 0. Good win for Porto. Bayern go away to Russia and win. Bayern do that. I don't even want to talk about Bayern. They're too good. Shakhtar and Inter 0. Now that's interesting because Shakhtar Donetsk lost to Inter Milan like 5-1 or 6-1 in the Europa League semifinals last season. And this time they were prepared. And again, the naysayers, as soon as the Europa League match turns into a Champions League match, Conte's team starts struggling. Why? I don't know. Like, it's been happening. I saw this at Chelsea. I saw this at Juventus. He is not comfortable with the Champions League. I don't know what happens. Like, why does these teams not perform at the same level? I saw a bit of the game, and Shakhtar were a much more organized team. They played with a back 5. They were compact. They didn't give space away. There was no space in behind for Lukaku to run into. And in the end, that turned out to be key. But then again, maybe they'll look at this as a point away from home. But again, like Real Madrid, Inter Milan are 2 points from 2 games. If they fail to win their next game, that's 3 points max 3 points, or they're left with 2 points after 3 games. Then that is a potential situation where they're looking at Europa League again. And they don't want to do that. They want to be in the Champions League. And Conte has spent enough money, bought in enough players, no matter how much he cries. It's a fact. He has brought in enough players for Inter Milan to at least make the quarterfinals of the Champions League. So let me know what you guys think about Inter Milan, Internazionale, the 2010 treble winners. Jose Mourinho's famous treble when he did the whole in the Camp Nou. Inter Milan have to figure things out. Conte has to figure things out in order to get them back in the place where they feel they belong. Let's now move on to Chelsea, our preview. Frank Lampard did this press conference. Basically, everybody is fit. We've left out Thiago Silva from the squad for rest. It's a risk. I'm not going to lie. But it's a risk worth taking because we need him in the league. And we've gone, apparently Frank Lampard's had a heart-to-heart with Antonio Rudiger and told Rudiger that he's a part of his plans. And he's also kind of affirmed in his press conference that players who are not playing right now are still a big part of Chelsea's squad. Players like Kovacic, players Ziyech, Callum Hudson-Odoi. They're a massive part of Chelsea's future. Just because they haven't played in the last few weeks doesn't change the fact that they're very important parts of this team. The reason being is it's a big season and he's rotating the squad. He's trying to find the balance. And because it's a 25-man squad and only 7 people are allowed to sit on the bench this season, that's going to happen. Some players are going to get left out. And that's not a personal thing. It's just, if I was the player who's getting left out, I would just work on to improve my game. And this game is a big chance for a lot of French players to show what Frank Lampard is missing in the first team. Callum Hudson-Odoi, I'm watching you in this game. You got to go out there and prove yourself. Be 110% motivated. Go out there and perform. Do not sulk. This is a massive opportunity for you. We know as fans that you're talented. I know you're talented. I like you more than Mount. However, you have to prove it to Frank. You have to prove it. Don't sulk. I've seen you do this before. You get your opportunity and then you sulk. Don't do that. Go out there and play your best game. Tammy Abraham, I have no doubt he will probably play well. He usually does. He's not as individually gifted as Callum Hudson-Odoi, but he's made of stronger stuff, for sure. And that's why he keeps getting in these positions and scoring goals. Callum Hudson-Odoi has to play well. Tammy Abraham, I would start in this game. Hakim Ziyech, I would start. It's a big opportunity for Ziyech, man, because honestly, none of us want to watch Mount play in the wing, honestly, left or right. Mount is best as a cam or as an LCM in a 4-3-3. I don't like watching Mount on the wings, and no one does, and we want Hakim Ziyech to perform so that we don't have to watch that abomination happen again and again of Mason Mount playing on the wing, taking up spots from other players because he presses hard. I understand why Frank does it, and I don't blame him. But at the same time, as a lover of football, I want to watch Hakim Ziyech play, man. And Hakim Ziyech, this is your opportunity. I would start this front three: Hakim Ziyech on the right, Callum on the left, with Tammy down the middle. That would be my front three for this game. The midfield I would pick, the pivots I would take is Jorginho and Kovacic. I would rest Kante in this game. There is no reason to play Kante today. Give the man some rest. He deserves to rest. There's no need to risk him. Play him we have been playing him way too often. Jorginho as a captain will do the job. Kovacic is that defensive-minded midfielder who can also carry the ball, will do a fantastic job. We know they're capable. And in the cam position, I'll play Mason Mount. I would like to start Havertz, but fact is he needs to rest. And Mason Mount, let's see him in a central position where he's most effective. No more playing Mason Mount on the wings. It's doing him more bad than it's doing him a lot of bad. I feel like he's going to become one of those jack of all trade players. And no, he's too good for that. He's actually a good player. Let's not forget, a lot of teams will actually love to have him. He would walk into Arsenal's team because they don't have a cam right now. And we should not be messing around with his position. Play him in his preferred position in this game, and let's see what this boy can do. With the defense, I would start with Azpilicueta as the captain. I would give Reece James a rest. This is a good thing for James because I'm looking at James as a potential first-team right back, or long-term a replacement perhaps for N'Golo Kante because I can see him do that role. But I'm gonna give Reece James a rest because he's part of my Premier League plans, and that's a big compliment. Azpilicueta plays on the right. Rudiger and Zuma on the left, and the center backs. I'm not convinced by Rudiger or Zuma together. They are a bit better than Christensen and whoever plays. Not that Christensen is bad. It's usually the other guy that plays with Christensen who looks bad. But Christensen is always there. And whenever Christensen plays, one of the center backs looks awful. Whenever Kurt Zuma and Rudiger has played, they've not looked great or anything, but they've looked a little bit better. So I would definitely start Zuma and Rudiger. And I would go with Chilwell. Chilwell doesn't need rest. He's Chilly B. He can chill. He's got so much energy. I'm going to play him in this game. And Edouard Mendy at the back. What do you guys think about the team? I think this team is good enough to go to Russia and get a win. I know it's away from home. They don't have home fans, which is a huge miss for them. These type of games are all about the fans. That's what makes it special. Without the home fans, we should be easily able to get a result here. Let's go out there and get a win. We need wins, man, because we need these wins to keep coming and these wins to add up and to our adding to our confidence going into the Premier League, because then we can start playing well in the Premier League again. And I'm telling you, we're a couple of results away from being in a title. We're in a title race. We're a couple of results away from being legitimately certified as a title contender. And we have the talent. That's the thing. Like, I look at other teams like Leicester and Arsenal. They don't have the squad to compete with us, but they have. They are finding a way, I think Frank Lampard can be the first English manager to win the. Would he be the first English manager to win the Premier League? I'm not sure, but he will be the first English manager in a while to win the Premier League. He can do it, man. He can do it. We don't need to go out and get another manager. Roman does not have to go have Julian Nagelsmann, waiting on his phone. It can be Frank Lampard. I trust him. He's been showing some good signs in terms of fixing the defense. I know the results are not coming, but I'm seeing good signs. And once the results starts coming, I only see a boom. I see us just getting good results because we have the team. Kai Havertz and Timo Werner will start scoring. Tammy Abraham will start scoring. Pulisic will start scoring. So let's win this game. Let's go on a positive run, and let's keep the blue flag flying high. from here, Borobais, until I come back for the review, I will come back for the review. I'm slurring up my speech. Until I come back for the review, I will see you later. I'm completely blurring up my speech now. I will see you until the match happens. I will see you after the match happens for the review. Until then, from Borobais.